Billionaires are a whole other class of people, right? They must be smarter than the rest of us. Stronger, luckier, better. What if I told you billionaires are just like you, and that at one point, each of the fabulously wealthy people in this column struggled through challenges and issues much the same as those you're facing? Wouldn't you want to understand how they broke through, beat the odds, and grew their fortunes into billions? Welcome to Elite Elegance. Today we'll uncover some fascinating insights that go beyond the headlines and unveil the extraordinary experiences of billionaires that you never knew existed. Bill Gates. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Bill Gates knows a little something about failure. One of the most famous and successful tech entrepreneurs in history, Gates was first a college dropout. Still, during his time at Harvard, Gates told his professors he would be a millionaire by the time he turned 30. He did them one better, in fact. By age 31, he was a self-made billionaire. It wasn't an easy path, though, and even his epic philanthropy work hasn't produced enough good karma to completely insulate Gates from failure. His philanthropy efforts have sometimes failed. Gates admits he regrets some programs, such as science that didn't work or a lunch program the government failed to take over. Even so, he keeps trying. Each new venture is informed by the failures of his past, which has most certainly played a huge role in his earning the 7th spot on Forbes' ranking of the richest people on the planet, with a net worth of $81.4 billion. Walt Disney. The difference in winning and losing is most often not quitting. The founder of the Walt Disney Company, which is currently worth $92 billion, was in his lifetime rejected by the army, fired from a number of jobs, stripped of his intellectual property, and finally bankrupt before he eventually got an idea that would make him crazy rich: the beloved Mickey Mouse. Much to his disappointment, Mickey Mouse was rejected by MGM Studios too. Disney had faced adversity in both private and professional life long before his first company, the Laugh-O-Gram Corporation, declared bankruptcy after just 2 short years. Everything he had tried and failed in, be that a job as an ambulance driver or a career in acting, led him to a person we love. Even then, not all of Disney's projects were immediate successes. At first, The Three Little Pigs and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs were both turned down, while Pinocchio and Fantasia brought him more financial headaches than international recognition. Nonetheless, Disney was determined not to quit. Jeff Bezos. If you never want to be criticized, for goodness sake, don't do anything new. Grow a thick skin, you're going to need it. Amazon CEO. Jeff Bezos is a tech leader many love to hate. He certainly takes his fair share of criticism, and then some. His company has faced criticism and controversy since its launch, with Bezos's personal business ethics and management style often thrown into the mix. Still, Amazon has revolutionized the way we shop online. Bezos understands that changing the game invites criticism, and he's okay with that. If you have a business idea and want to shake up an industry, you'd better get okay with it too. Elon Musk. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you're not innovating enough. Musk is a living, breathing example of how big dreams and hard work eventually amount to world-changing realizations. He too is a university dropout, a fired CEO of a gigantic company, and a philanthropist who continues to give back to humanity after decades of imposing ups and downs. His first company, Zip2, immediately comes to mind. When Musk talks about Zip2 today, he hardly ever fails to mention how he and his brother saved money by sleeping in the office and showering in the nearby YMCA. In the context of SpaceX's huge success, Musk has managed to transform the famous NASA slogan into a propeller for change. Having overcome all of his obstacles, he now firmly believes that, if we are to make any difference in the world, failure is our only viable option. J.K. Rowling. If you want to see the true measure of a man, watch how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. The world's richest author, J.K. Rowling, has maintained a deep respect and understanding for those living in poverty. After all, it wasn't all that long ago that she lived in it herself. Now worth an estimated $1 billion, those days are long gone for Rowling. Yet anyone who has experienced destitution never really leaves that legacy far behind. Becoming fabulously wealthy doesn't make you any better than the next person. It simply means you have more money. Fortunes are won and lost constantly, and Rowling's advice reminds us to be kind to those around us, regardless of who they are. After all, you never know when you may fall on hard times yourself and need those people to give you a hand back up. Mark Cuban. Sweat equity is the most valuable equity there is. Know your business and industry better than anyone else in the world. Love what you do or don't do it. It may seem like everything Mark Cuban has touched has turned to gold, but his upbringing wasn't exceptional. Cuban grew up in an affluent suburb of Pittsburgh and found his entrepreneurial spirit at just 12 years old when he sold garbage bags to pay for a pair of shoes he coveted. After earning a BS in business administration, he briefly worked as a salesperson before founding Micro Solutions, which was sold to CompuServe for $6 million. His next venture, AudioNet, became Broadcast.com in 1998 and was later acquired by Yahoo for $5.7 billion in stock during the dot-com boom. The rest, as they say, is history. Cuban has faced his share of controversy over the years, but now owns the Dallas Mavericks and is a star investor on ABC's Shark Tank. Forbes puts his net worth at $2.7 billion, making him the 652nd richest person on the planet. Cuban loves investing and business. You can't argue that he's not fantastic at it. Do what you do best, or don't bother. So there you have it, a glimpse into the extraordinary world of billionaires, where luxury meets legacy and dreams know no bounds. Thank you for joining us on Elite Elegance. Until next time, stay inspired.